today in Hypixel Skyblock, we're gonna find out what's the best crop for money. And well, we're gonna test out all the farms that we have set up. And now they're already built somewhat efficiently. Maybe some of them you could build better. The armor that we're gonna be using is gonna be rancher boots alongside that fermento and with the mossy reforge, making it even better. Now, of course, the equipment is also there, which is looking pretty good actually. Almost 3,000 trades, giving us quite a bit of more farming fortune. But of course, let's not forget about the desk, because if we go here, crop upgrades, as you can see, you can actually have a higher tier for even more farming fortune. Unfortunately, I haven't maxed out all of mine because, well, I'm actually collecting copper right now, but yeah, as you can see, this is it. I think we need to start this with the crop that I have probably farmed the most by looking at the collections and seeing that we're in top 515. Almost 69 million pumpkins farmed. And yeah, this is the farming setup that we have. We are right now having one row over here and then two down here. So this way you can actually break two rows at once. And we're going to be using 157 speed or 155. Both of these work. But yeah, as you can see, you can actually hit 3 rows at once, which is ideal. And of course, the tool that we're using is Pumpkin Dicer, and this actually brings our farming fortune to 1,132, which I think is the average that I have with most of the crops. Alright, 30 minutes of pumpkin farming has been completed, and this right here is actually gonna be 6 million coins. Ain't no way. Wait, that's actually pretty insane. But if we go ahead and pull it out from right here, let's see how much money we would actually make. And I think we're gonna turn them into Polish pumpkins. So let's go ahead and sell it to an NPC to see if we actually make more money than 5.4 million. Let's find out. Go into recipes, trades, boom, 5.376, which is, yeah, slightly more. But honestly, 12 million an hour from pumpkin is actually pretty unreal. I did not expect it to be this much. Maybe it was the RNG luck, but I'll take it. Next, we'll do the farm that is actually gonna be generated by the garden itself. So we're not gonna custom build it actually. And we're gonna be using the blessed cocoa chopper right here, which isn't actually very expensive. So this is gonna be pretty good for everybody. And now cocoa beans have been completed, and let's see, well, how much money we have here. And this is 5 million coins. But if we sell to the NPC, how much would it be? Well, let's find out. Okay, we're about to see how much it is, and boom, 3.8 million. So actually selling to Bazaar is slightly better, but 10 million an hour with cocoa beans is still very good, considering that cocoa chopper, I guess, is quite a bit cheaper as well than, for instance, pumpkin dicer. Next up, we got the Nether wart farm, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is the most efficient setup, because I sometimes even struggle to get a gold medal, which with other crops, I don't have that issue. Maybe my farming fortune isn't good enough, but this is the Nether wart hoe that we're using. And right now our farming fortune is 1,150. We got 5 soul sand, Nether wart on top, space in between, 5 soul sand. So pretty much rows of 5. And so far, I don't know if it's gonna be the best, but let's see. And the Nether wart farming is done, but how much money is this going to be? Well, we have actually 5 million coins. Plus 2 fermentos, which is another 500,000 coins, so a little bit more than 5.6 million, I guess, which is pretty decent. And we'll see how much money we'll make selling to an NPC. So we're gonna make them into mutant nether wart. So boom, 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 there we go. So if we sold to Bazaar, we would make 5.1 million, but to an NPC, it's gonna be slightly more, so 5.22. But the time has come for us to look at the wheat farm, which the setup is the same pretty much as the nether wart, but we also have the water here. So make sure you have Tep Strider on your boots and you're gonna be chilling. But anyways, the speed we're gonna be doing it in is also 93. Now, if it's 4 deep, you wanna use at 116 speed. In my case, it's 5 deep. It's the same setup for potatoes and for carrots. Exactly the same, nothing else different, the same speed, just different tool. Okay, we just finished farming wheat, and well, let's see how much money we have here, and it's 5.3 million. But let's see how much we would get selling to an NPC. Okay, moment of truth, let's go into the trades. Boom. And how much money are we going to be getting here? It's literally the same. All right, GG. Wait, actually, we have the crop piece as well still. So it's actually slightly more. I'll take that. Okay, we finished farming potatoes, and let's see how much money did we actually make. So we have right here 4.5 million from enchanted potatoes, and actually quite a bit more croppies than before, but almost 5 million in 30 minutes is pretty good. But if we go ahead and sell it to an NPC, would it be more? So 60 baked potatoes would be 4.564. And to an NPC, it's gonna be slightly more, but pretty much this. So 10 million coins an hour, that's actually pretty decent. Okay, now the carrot farming has been completed as well. And how much money do we have here? Moment of truth, and that's gonna be 4.9 million. So I think it's pretty much the same as potatoes, actually, which is pretty interesting. But still, almost 10 million an hour again. I freaking love it. All right, but after this, we gotta move over to sugarcane, which is very simple setup. I guess you could actually use the garden generated one as well. It's just 2 rows and then boom. And of course, in this case, we're gonna use the sugarcane hoe, which I realized that the counter is at almost 200 million, which is pretty surreal. And in this case, we actually want to farm it at 328 speed. And we want to look at 45 degrees. And once we finish, or I think you can do probably 135 and then 45 here. Boom. But yeah, anyways, once you finish on this row, you can just go back and just like this, we have completed with sugarcane, and we actually got really lucky. We got 4 fermentos, which is additional 1 million coins, just like that. But how much money did the sugarcane make? Well, it's surprisingly low. Yep, 4.1 million. What about selling to an NPC? So it's gonna be 4.2 million. So pretty much the same, just a little bit more. But actually, yeah, with the fermento here as well, I mean, we're making still more than 10 million an hour, which is pretty ideal. The next crop is gonna be melon, and the setup is exactly the same as pumpkin as you saw earlier before. And in this case, of course, we're gonna have the melon dicer, bringing our farming fortune to yet again about 1,127. And moment of truth, is melon farming better than pumpkins or better than everything else? Boom, 5.2 million, not too bad. And let's see how much we would get from an NPC. If we sell to Bazaar, it would be 5 point something million. And NPC, boom. Wait, we'll take that back. Anyways, boom. Boom. It's just a tiny bit more. So it actually doesn't really matter if you sell to Bazaar or NPC, which is kind of interesting. But there we go. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We skipped mushroom and cactus because, well, my farm is simply not the best for it. I mean, cactus I guess we could fix. But anyways, the layout for it, for the 4 cactus, and then you have the sand, but with the teleport pads, it was actually working pretty good. And my mushroom farm is over here, so you actually have 5 blocks, so mushroom on top, and you can actually plant the mushroom at the very last row, and it's gonna spread out perfectly. And yeah, and also we do have a slab so you can hit them. But since I feel like those farms I don't really do much of, I think we're not gonna count them in because probably the results would be not that accurate. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.